Two Christian bakers in Oregon were fined a whopping $135,000 after they refused to bake a wedding cake for a lesbian couple. Now, Oregon has some pretty strict anti-discrimination laws, and as a result, this business did suffer a fine, which I think is a little excessive. Now, Aaron and Melissa Klein needed money. They needed to raise money in order to pay this huge fine. And so they did what most people would probably do. They went to crowdfunding websites and they chose GoFundMe. Now, apparently their GoFundMe page was very successful. Let me give you the details. In just 4 hours, the campaign raised approximately $20,000. Within a day, as the total climbed to nearly $110,000, GoFundMe canceled it, saying that the fundraiser violated Oregon law and was therefore in violation of the website's terms and conditions. Now, Oregon's laws are obviously very different from Indiana's laws. We did that story about Memories Pizza in Indiana and how they said that they would discriminate against gay couples or they wouldn't serve them. And they raised nearly $1 million on GoFundMe, and they will be able to cash out and take that money. But in this case, it's a little different because Oregon has different laws. I think that law is ridiculous. I think they should be able to raise the money. I don't like this business. I don't like their views. I'm very much in support of the gay community, and I think that there should be laws that prevent any type of discrimination against those members of the LGBT community. But in this case, if people want to donate money to them, they should be able to.
Yeah. Actually, surprisingly, I didn't have that bit of an issue with them raising the money either.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, okay. I kind of thought to myself, I might want to go start a GoFundMe page myself and then collect all this money under the pretense of hating gays and then spend it to support my community. I was like, why not? Like, I'll take your money and then spend it somewhere else. I mean, but I think the bigger picture here is the fact that so many people's rights are under attack in the LGBT community. And that's sort of where when I read this, was like, we have these nut jobs that are against LGBT people, against blacks, against Latinos, against women, against all these different individuals. But it's about making sure that those communities that are under attack are really informed and aware of how much they're being under attack.
Yeah, and you make a really good point. And as you were saying that, I was kind of thinking about how lame it would be if you lived in a society where everyone is exactly like you. Like if I lived in a city or a state or a country that was just pure Armenian, right? No one else is different. Everyone speaks the same language. We eat the same food. We have the same customs. We have the same sexuality. I know that not all Armenians have the same sexuality. You get what I mean. But everyone is the same, right? How lame is that? I mean, part of living and learning involves people that have different perspectives than you, different backgrounds from you. Instead of opening yourself up to people who are different from you, why shut them down? And I know that they like to cite religious texts, but when you're doing that, do you understand that there are so many conflicts within your own religion? You're supposed to love people, right? Yet you decide that you want to discriminate against them because they don't agree with your religious beliefs. Yeah.
I mean, the religious right, they're trying to put discrimination back into the law books, and it's horrible. If you don't mind, if I could read something that was very important to me. In 2015, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Indiana moved bills through their state legislators that would either ban anti-discrimination laws from protecting LGBT people and will legalize the so-called religious freedom exemption. And last year, Tennessee, Arizona, Mississippi, and Maine and Idaho also attempted to pass legislation removing protections for LGBT people. And in Kansas this February, Governor Sam rescinded the protections for LGBT state employees. And I just really want to use this story more to like wake up, first of all, LGBT people to understand that this is happening and you need to do something, but also wake up our allies like you. You're very informed. You do a lot for our community. And I think all other allies need to know that if you're seeing something or if you're aware of this, you can support and help, because by bringing these anti-discrimination laws back into effect, it starts with maybe LGBT people, but then it goes to African Americans, Latinos, it goes to Armenians, it goes to everyone, and then it's a slippery slope. And so if you're an ally of the LGBT community, speak up. If you're a member of the community, you need to also know what's happening.
Absolutely.
So,
and
thank you for letting me say that.
Yeah, of course. That's a really important point to make. And just consider the fact that 32 states right now have no protections for transgender individuals in terms of employment. So if you're working somewhere and a business finds out that you are transgender, they can fire you with absolutely no consequences. So that's just one example of what's happening in the country. And that's just one group of people that are being disenfranchised in the country. And that's a big problem. Now, let me also tell you the other half of this story. Apparently, even though GoFundMe canceled this page, the couple will be able to collect the $110,000 that was raised for them. So I think that that's a fascinating little loophole, because if Oregon law states that they can't raise money like this to pay their fine, how is it okay for GoFundMe to let them cash out that $110,000? I don't know. I looked into it and I couldn't really figure it out. But nonetheless, they are getting a tremendous amount of help to pay that fine. And then really quickly, do you think the fine's a little excessive?
I didn't give it a lot of attention, if I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
When I saw it, I was like, the part of them, I was like, I've had people not want to serve me for being black, for being gay, for being whatever. So I'm used to that, and I didn't see the fine. How much was it?
$135,000.
That is a little bit excessive.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think that they're like rolling in the big bucks.
They're not rolling in the big bucks. And I mean, hurting this one business, unfortunately, is not going to create the change.
That's a really great point.
It's not. You know what I mean? It's a great start, I understand, so I don't want to take it away, but there needs to be more work done on a bigger level.